Students of CBSE class 12 Pol Science, today I am going to discuss about the chapter End of Bipolarity, chapter number 2. The chapter number 1, the Cold War era, had been done before, and these two chapters carry 12 marks. So you must watch my previous video. Let's start and pay your attention. First question, define bipolarity, 1 mark. You have to write within 20 words according to the direction of CBSE. So how to write down the answer? Bipolarity can be defined as a system of world order in which the majority of global economic, military and cultural influence is held between two states. This is the answer of this question number 1. Now question number 2, the next question. State any two features of the Soviet system. 2 marks. Very important question. So 2 marks means 40 words. Now how to write? You write point wise and within the specification of the words. Now see how to write down the answer. The two features of the Soviet system were the Soviet system was based on a state welfareism, where the state was engaged in mass production to meet the needs of the people. Second point, the Communist Party of Soviet Union controlled the government and dominated the political decision making. These are the 2 points within these 40 words, 2 mark and 2 points. Now, question number 3, what is meant of shock therapy? That is distribution of mark 2 means 40 words and you have to write 2 points. Now here the shock therapy, how to write? The dissolution of the USSR was correlated with the downfall of communism in the countries which were members of the socialist bloc. These post-Soviet countries underwent a process of transition from an authoritarian socialist system. The model of transition came to be called as shock therapy. This is the answer of this question number 3. So 2 marks and 40 words. Now next question number 4. Explain reasons for the disintegration of the USSR. Very important question. The disintegration of the USSR. What are the reasons behind? So how to write down these 4 points for 4 marks? Now the following were the reasons for the disintegration of the USSR. The most important, number 1, reason for the fall of the USSR was a lack of proper leadership. Number 2, Mikhail Gorbachev's policy of perestroika and glasnost proved to be disastrous for the economic health of the USSR. Number 3, anti-communist forces of the Soviet Union had the support of the USA and Western European countries. Gorbachev, due to his liberal policies, did not try to uproot these forces. Third point is over. Fourth point, no effort was ever made to create a socialist human being and a socialist culture. These are the 4 important points that have been done. Now, for question number 5, describe the consequences of shock therapy. What are the consequences? What are the impact of shock therapy? Now, how to write down the answer? 4 marks, that is 4 points. So it is within 100 words. Within 100 words according to CBSE board. How to write? Now, shock therapy, number 1 consequence. Shock therapy brought ruin to the communist economies and the people of this region. Number 2, it led to the collapse of the state-controlled industrial units and high-scale privatization of the government enterprises and subsequently the auctioning of the state-owned industries, which are called the largest garage sale in the world history. Third point, the value of Russian currency, ruble, declined dramatically with a scaring rate of inflation and pushing the people into the poverty. Now, fourth point, the old system of social welfare was pushed to ashes with the government withdrawing subsidies. And this answer you have to write within these 4 points. Students, you pause the video and you write down the answer. Listen to carefully and you write down the answer. Then you will get more than 95%. It is sure and certain. These questions are going to come in this examination 2020, 6 March. Now, next question number 6. Today's last question. Explain the consequences of the disintegration of the Soviet Union. So what were the consequences or the result of the disintegration of Soviet Union? 6 marks is given. That means you have to give 6 points and 150 words. Don't forget, the specification of word must be maintained. Now, 6 marks. How to write these 6 points? The consequences of the disintegration of the Soviet Union were Number one, the disintegration of the Soviet Union meant the end of the Cold War, because the Cold War was culmination of the rivalries between the USA and the USSR. Number two, the dissolution of the Soviet Union led to a dramatic change and upheaval in the power relations, which had implication for the world politics. And third, the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund became active players in the wake of the development for needs of the second world countries, as they were borrowing money from the World Bank and IMF, International Monetary Fund. Number four, the world saw the emergence of many new countries with their own independent aspirations. Number five, the Baltic states, namely Estonia, Lithuania, and Latvia, joined the European Union and subsequently became the members of the NATO. Number six, and the last point, undoubtedly, the significant consequence of the withering away of the USSR was the inauguration of the period of US hegemony. So, these are the 6 points. Students, these are the gist of the chapter. Whatever question may throw at you, there is no problem for you. You can bounce it back quickly because it is the gist of the whole chapter. Now, students, thanking you for watching till the end. And please subscribe, share, and like in order to score high marks with your and write your comments. Wish you all the best.